Hello, buddy, Mazda Fireman, and welcome to episode 5 of our Let's Play on Donegal. So today in this episode we're going to go start harvesting field 22. I did field 10 off screen just to see how it was going, and we got a fair bit of money off it actually, to be fair. So I think we need another supply, but we've got a problem. The cedar that we have got is rubbish, as in it just takes so long to do anything with it. So I think if we can get some money, if we can get enough money, I mean this is only 9,000 and I would like to get this today at some point, so we'll probably buy it at the end of this episode. We may take that to the shop, and if you probably noticed, I have turned the game volume up. A lot of people were complaining, well, not complaining, a lot of people were saying that they couldn't hear much game. So I was like, right, we'll turn it up. What else has changed? The hay bales are at the other farm. I forgot to say this. We've got the straw bales here, and the grass bales are at the, if I can get there. We'll go for a quick run through the fields. Yeah, there's a lot of tram lines in this field. It did take a lot of time. This bit's the worst bit. I accidentally did it wrong. I didn't do it with cosplay. I did it myself, and I completely forgot that I had drive control that kills the grass. So here are our bales off that other field, the grass bales at the moment, and all that, some straw bales there as well. So we're going to leave them. We are going to try and get this thing to the actual field without too much bother, hopefully. So we are going to just quickly sell that cedar, because I know for a fact I'll forget if I don't do it now. So that will give us a nice big cedar to work with, and eventually I would like to get this to plant maize if we're going to do maize silage, but we may end up just doing grass. We've got a feeder already and all that. I was thinking off screen, what could we do? We might even start the cows today, because we've got some straw bales, and they do bring a bit of extra money in, so they are very good to have. Let's actually do that. Let's start the cows today. I want to keep some money. Let's try and get 5. Yeah, we're going to need to quickly go harvest this field and try and get it done. Otherwise, we will have no money left for when everything takes. Excuse me. Sorry about that. For when the game takes its money for having all the equipment owned. But we've finally got some cows in. We will start beef and all that, because they're only down the road, to be fair. I just want to get a few more bits and pieces in first. Well, we need to shut that. A few more bits. I was having a think about that tractor. Oh, I've also got a new mower that I went and downloaded. I don't know how good it is. Where is it? If I can find it. I did put it in my mods folder. There it is. So it's a Sam ASZ KDT 260. So we might get that. I will test it off screen and see what it looks like and see all that. But we might get that to replace our little blue one. And yes, we are meant to be getting a small John Deere. I still haven't thought. The 6.9, I think it's a 6.920. I think we were going to go for. Are a bit steep in price. I think they're about 140,000. The game's quoting it at, and I don't want that. It's too steep for what we're doing. We're only running a very small. Well, I call it a family run farm. I mean, there's only me that runs it. Everyone else is spending money left, right and centre. But we are going to keep our little battered combine here. We might even get a pressure washer if I can be bothered. I say that openly. I'm not being bothered as in I can't be bothered, I'm really lazy. It's I can't be bothered to spend the £4,000 on the pressure washer. Which is not... I don't think that's like a realistic price. I don't know what they were thinking. It may be realistic, I don't know, but to me that doesn't seem very realistic. Over here, I've never seen a pressure washer for £4 grand. Right, so this thing is gonna... Oh yes, we need to unfold to the combine. Now we may have to do quite a lot of this because there are quite a lot of gaps in this field. Once we've got the new seeder in, it'll be fine. We'll be able to just set up a course-play course and let it go. But I may go back a few stages in drive control and try and find one, or even just turn this with the mode off. I know a lot of you have been saying just turn it off, go in the XML and just turn it off. I did try and turn it off, but it crashed drive control and made it so it wouldn't work at all. And it was really it wasn't creepy, it was really annoying, to be fair, more than anything. How I turned it off, I'd done it how people had said to do it, and it literally just kept crashing. It wouldn't let me start the tractor. It let me take the handbrake off and turn the other thing off. It wouldn't let me start the tractor. I checked all the key bindings. It would sort of sometimes crash when I was loading up the map and all that. So I thought, oh, sod it. And I don't mind it particularly. I don't really mind it at all because it's kind of realistic and kind of not. Yes, in real life you would crush the crops. But you wouldn't crush them so they disappeared. You'd probably just crush them a bit further in the ground. They'd probably take a bit longer to appear. But I suppose in this game it's either crush the crops or don't have them crushed at all. There's no happy medium. What was I gonna do? Let's just have a look at tractors at the moment. I think we should get this Cat Challenger. I have got a Fiat 689, but it's only 68 horsepower, and the International's more horsepower than that. I'm just trying to find mods that we can actually purchase, because as you can see, we've gone right back in cash now. Oh no, it's 65,000. Oh right, I thought it was really expensive. I don't know why. If it's only 65 grand, yes, we'll definitely go get one. But I did try one off screen, and they do tend to just not want to use a front mower. It seems to just pick them up. So I don't know. I think we might stick to just small equipment for now, and just have the odd tractor. The odd contract tractor in, because I would like to plough these fields before I cultivated them, which I know I've got a couple of good ploughs, and I've got a couple of good ploughing tractors. Some good tractors that are actually can actually plough field pretty well. They've got the horsepower to keep going. But yeah. So, you all, thank you for all the comments on the Thoughts on Power Major update that I did yesterday, and uploaded it for today, which is the 1st of April. It has actually really helped to pick what colour to paint it. A lot of you have said red. A lot of people said red. Someone said orange because that's how they left the factory, but I don't think that tractor left the factory with that loader. I think someone fitted it a little bit later. I don't know. To me, it doesn't look like it's got enough wear on it to say how much it would have been used, but I don't know. So it may have left with it. It may have left not. It may have been fitted a bit later. But it doesn't seem orange. I chipped a bit of paint off and it's just red underneath. So someone's recoated it in red and sanded all the orange off, or it just never was orange. And a couple of people have said blue, but a lot of people did say red. I think it would look good in red, but just thank you for all the comments anyway. Because it actually did help make the choice better. Right, so we're going to do a bit of this. We'll probably be doing this for the rest of the episode because I did wanna do field 10 on screen, but it's kind of like, oh, it just drags on. Field 10 didn't take that long to do. Actually, it did go past fairly quick. But having this 3-meter header, I have to have this 3-meter header to get it down the road. I just want to say, Model Farmer FS, I'm going to read the comments out, but anyway, Model Farmer FS has said, I have actually seen your video on the Massey Ferguson 65. It doesn't look too much of a wreck, to be fair. I think my Ford looked a lot worse than that when it came. I think there was a lot more to do. But it actually does look pretty good. I would like to own a Massey as well as a Ford, which is probably going to contradict and people are going to have a bit of a cry in the comments, but yeah, I did see it and it did look pretty good. I'd like to see an update video on that as well, if you've done anything to it. Model Farmers FS. Tom said the loader will look good in red. Stephen said blue is what I do for the loader. Ooh, hang on, what's that? I would paint the loader orange because we had a Power Major and it was originally orange. Josh says do a time lapse of what you're doing. Adam, I would put it in red or blue. Ben says red. Kina says do a time lapse of you preparing and spraying. Right. So as you can see, a couple more people did say red. I don't spray. I don't do any spray painting because we haven't got a compressor to start with, so it's all hand brush. Well, and that, so it's does take a hell of a lot longer, but it's doable. Right. But yes, I did catch your video on the Massey Ferguson 65, and it does look a pretty good tractor. It's pretty good yoke. But I'd like to see it running. I mean, it looked like it was in running condition. It did look like it would start, but as I haven't heard any words on it, and I haven't seen it. Well, I haven't seen too depth of a thing on it. But it was good. I think a lot of these tractor projects, it's a lot of money if you're gonna start one. So only start one if you've got, well, not only start one, you can do them fairly cheap, but if you're gonna start a wreck like a real hedge find, then you be prepared to spend some cash. I mean, you could do it for cheap. You can, if you know somewhere where you can get parts from dead cheap, or you know someone that's splitting an entire one up for parts, and you can get them cheap, then definitely do it. But if you can't, and you've got to buy them all either new or nearly new, then it's going to cost some money. But I do like to see people doing vintage tractors, just to see how would they do it. Because I haven't really seen anybody on YouTube. You see all them people that time-lapse them, though. They put pictures up and do it that way. But I haven't ever seen anybody that does them. Apart from One Lonely Farmer, I've watched a lot of his videos where he's done tractors. But he hasn't done them up. He's only done a few repairs. And a lot of them have been very tricky repairs, to be fair. A lot of repairs that I wouldn't even tackle. And he's done them, so... But, that's all. So yeah, hopefully I can get cosplay. I will set up a cosplay course to see how well it goes. It might be one of them cosplay courses that you have to keep your eye on, because you might... There are two phone wire poles. I don't know what you'd call them. Telegraph poles, that's it. In the field. And he probably gets stuck on them, so it's... it might be just... Not babysitting, but just sort of watch what he's doing. Now I will complete this field off screen, and I will get it all seeded up. We might do it in barley the next harvest. Just to keep the crop rotations going. And then after that, after the barley, I think it's wheat, and then it'll be back to... It'll be back to this, and I didn't shut the gate at the cow field. I just remembered, if this was real life, all the cows would have got out. Well, if this was real life, I wouldn't have forgotten to close the bloody gate. I need the international to pick up her seeder. Come on, international, go! This international is fairly mucky. He does want to wash, but... I'm not too fussed with it right now. It is kind of how it's going to be. Now we may upgrade the 188 Matthew Ferguson and have her fitted with a loader. The dealer rang me up the other day saying that he'd the dealership down the road. He rang me up saying he's got a couple of sets to do them, and he says, if you want one doing, we'll do you at half price. He said, I think he said it'd be 400 quid to fit one. And he says, we'll do it for 200 for me. I don't know why. Probably because I've spent so much money with him. Buying all these bits and pieces off him. But he said, we'll do it for 200. So I think I might take him up and have our Massey have a loader on. Coming out of character now. That David Brown will not accept the loader. I have no idea why. Any other tractor will go up to that can go up to these loader pallets and will have it fitted. That thing just refuses like hell. It does not want them fitted. I don't know why. It doesn't refuse, like it doesn't freak out. It just doesn't give you the option. So I'm assuming it's a trigger issue, or it might even be the tractor's issue. I have no idea, but oh well. But I might not take him up on the offer, but I might do if we do pigs and beef, because we're going to need another tractor for going up there, feeding bales and all that. And I think we might actually do that. We'll take him up on the offer. So that means she'll be gone for about... He says it takes him about a day to fit one. So we'll take her up in the next episode, which will be episode... Did I say... Yeah, this is episode 6. No, it's not. This is episode 5. Episode 6, sorry. No, it's not. My god, I'm getting confused. So it's either episode 6 or 7. I know it's not episode 5. I've already recorded episode 5. I'm going to have a quick tab out my game. Nope, it's episode 6. Sorry about that, but it is episode 6. I thought I'd done episode 5 for some reason. This is episode 5. I'm such an idiot. So yeah, that means we'll have the Massey gone for about a day. So it'll be back for episode. It'll be going. I'm gonna ring him up when I get back off this after harvesting, which will probably be about 1-2ish. Give him a ring and say, oh yeah, we want the loader fitted. Can you do it? And then take the Massey up. Take the Massey up. Take the weights off. First, we got to take the weights off before we take it up there. And I think he said he'll even throw in the weight block to go with it for free. I don't know why he's being so kind, but that's what he said. So I'm not going to refuse him. But that does mean but that is going to be very handy, very handy. Because that now means the International can literally just stay at the cow farm, and we can go take the 188 up to the what's it. It may look a bit stupid because obviously the loader will not be to its size. The loader will probably be a bit more modern. He didn't really say what it would be. He just said it'd probably be another modern one if you just wanted to upgrade one of your tractors a little bit. But I think the 118 would look very good with it on. It's not too small of a tractor neither, so it'd probably look fairly good. Right, we'll do this headland and then that'll be it. So yeah, I will finish this field off screen. Maybe even start cultivating. I'll get both of them cultivating. Sorry. And then ring the dealership, ask him if he can fit the loader to the 118. Then take the 118 up, 188. I really need to get this right. Up to the dealership. Let him fit it, and then we may even go pick it. We'll probably pick it back up in episode 7. That does mean we won't have a loader to try on it unless we purchase one to fit it, but that means we need some money, and that means that's going to push us further away from our target of the John Deere. Which, yeah, is a down because I do need another tractor. But that does mean if we can start getting into pigs and beef, because they will absolutely throw out manure and all that, and it'd be very handy to have. And he did say the loader attachment was detachable. If we didn't want to have it on all the time, we can detach it. He said it's only a row of nuts. It's only a row of nuts and bolts that you've got to take out. And he says it just simply plonks back on the floor, and then you just take it off. But I think he's kind of put one aside anyway, because he knew we'd probably say it. I did say no on the phone. I did say I'd think about it. And he said, all right, then I'll simply just put one to the side in case you want it, and if you don't ring me back within like a week or so, then I'll get rid of it. But yes, we're going to ring him back after this harvest and have it fitted. But as it's only going to cost 200 quid, it's not too expensive anyway. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more today, and I shall see all of you in the next video. Happy farming. Bye bye.